Nancy Today. If you ever want to go and read my live journal, you can. Nancy Today, livejournal.com. Anyway, or whatever. Anyway, it's my live journal. So under there is recipes, and there's a list of all the recipes. I couldn't access it on my phone. I could just get the latest one. Okay, so we're going to make Christmas stollen. I had to go on there to find my recipe because the page is missing from the book. Okay, so 1.5 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, which is behind you in the drawer here. So I keep my yeast in the freezer. You should always keep your yeast in the freezer. So 2 tablespoons of yeast. And a cup of flour. Mine is not as instant, so you don't have to do all that. Alright, and I'm gonna need some butter, so I'll take it out now. 1.5 cups of butter. This is probably 1.5 cups of butter. So let me put this in the microwave. It's easier to use if it's already in the microwave. Okay. Okay, so 1 cup of flour. So 1.5 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, and you add it with one cup of flour. Now you're going to use 6 to 8 cups of flour, so this is one of them. Alright, so now 3/4 of a cup of sugar. 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Actually, you know what? I should double the recipe. 3/4 and 3/4 is 6/4, which is 1.5. That's one recipe. That's the second recipe. So, I have to add 2 more tablespoons of yeast. And 1.5 cups of water. only to there. Should be warm water. Okay. 1.5 cups of water. And 2 tablespoons of yeast.
Call from Daniel Salt.
Alright, I guess I have to go. Okay, I'm back. It took a long time because I had to go turn on something for Daniel, and then I had to search through the sunroom for raisins, and then I had to... Okay, so I melted our butter, which was 1.5 cups of butter, but that's only good for one, darn it, for half of the recipe, for one recipe. I'm trying to double the recipe here. I'm not really, this is not a good place to learn how to do things. This is a way to hang out with Grandma. Hi, we'll just hang out together. Okay, so I got some sugar in there. 3/4 sugar and 1.5 cups of butter is the recipe for one batch. Okay, so now we have to get our raisins and things, but I no longer have any big bowls I can use, do I? Oh, I have this one over here, but I have to wash it. Well, at least I have it. I do have to wash it. I made cookies the other day. They're all eaten, and there's only me and Dad home. That's it. Now then, we're going to add raisins and dates, eggs, this is getting too big here. This has also gotten too big and spilled over. Okay. Remember the year I made 10 batches of this? Okay, so I need another, come on, open up. 1.5 cups of butter. So 1.5 means I don't, half a cup here I don't need. So I'll just take away the half I don't need. Okay. I think I'll just melt the rest. Okay. That's one side. So now we have our other raisins and our other maybe I have to measure it. Oh dear, dear, dear. So we have, wait a minute, 1.5 cups of butter and sugar. We don't have a bunch of eggs. There's no eggs in here. Did I leave that out? I'm sure there's eggs in here. Let me, means I have to, sorry, I have to go back to my, okay, it's not showing any eggs at all. Hi, 2 people. Okay. I got so much going on here. Okay, so we're gonna stop this. Stop. Okay. Whoa, it's very full. Okay. Hi.
Hey. How are you?
Thank you for going to the dump for me.
Welcome.
Okay. So now,
Oh, you didn't show me this. The house too late.
I just did it. All right, we're gonna do raisins and dates and figs. I'm gonna need a cutting board. And then that. Okay. So you only need 1/2 pound of dates. This is how much. This is a pound of dates here. That's a lot of dates, isn't it? And then you're supposed to put these into your flour. I want to measure my flour though. Although you really don't need to because it's like making bread. It only takes so much. Okay, so we'll take a cup of flour and we'll put in here. And then we will cut up our dates and put them in there. So if you put your dates and such in flour, then they don't stick together. Nancy, just slow down, relax. I'm just going crazy thinking this yeast has risen so fast and it's gonna come up over the edge again. How is everybody doing out there in TV land? Are you scrolling through all the whatever's being happening on live videos? Okay, there we go. So that's one part. I thought there were eggs in Christmas stollen. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. It's not on. Okay. So it's 1 cup of that with those.
Hi there. I'm Gemini for Home, your helpful home assistant from Google. How can I help you today?
Are there eggs in Christmas stollen?
Yes. Many Christmas stollen recipes include eggs. Some recipes use a whole egg. Others use only egg yolks. And a few don't use any eggs at all. Eggs can also be used for an egg wash on top of the stollen before baking.
Okay, I'm going to put eggs in because this doesn't look right. It might have been only egg whites they needed, or yolks. Okay. Gee, where's all my peas? Look, it's a blue sky outside, Willem.
Yeah, nice.
We should go for a walk. But I'm busy. Okay. This was my 1.5 cups of warm water with 2 tablespoons of yeast. is just doubling the recipe. So the real recipe is 1.5 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of yeast, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of butter, 1/2 pound of raisins, 1/2 pound of dates, a teaspoon of lemon juice, and 6 to 8 cups of flour. Okay, so we have to add our raisins now. Well, that was 2 of our cups of flour. Use a third. You know, I think you're not supposed to add all this until you're kneading it in. Okay, so now I'll use the wooden spatula. One, 2, 3, this was 4 cups of flour. This should be 5 cups of flour. That'll be 6, but of course this is only for one recipe, and I'm on 2 recipes. So that's 7. You'll know when you have enough, because it won't take any more. We got a tablespoon of this left. Not very good. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get a cloth out and wipe off the table. Okay, so you have to turn your oven on and off. Turn it on for a few minutes and then turn it off maybe in 5 or 10 minutes so it doesn't have time to heat up. Okay. All right, that was bothering me. So now we will continue to do this until it's all incorporated. With white flour, you can add as much flour as it will hold. Okay, and then you can bring it in from the center and turn it over, rotate it, push it, rotate, push, rotate, push, rotate, push. And take a bunch more. It's starting to take up all the flour. I already proofed my oven. Okay, now but it won't take any more and it's rather smooth. And you put it in and proof it in the oven. I mean, you put it in and let it rise until it's double size. So that'll be part 2 when that's done happening. Okay, so now we put it in the oven, which should be warm, not hot, just warm. And we will let it rise to double about an hour. Maybe we could do it in half an hour. We'll just try a half an hour and see what that does, okay? All right, so I hope you've been enjoying this. Sorry I'm so disorganized. It doesn't usually bother me to be disorganized. Anyway, today it did. All right, we're gonna go for a walk. When we come back, it'll be ready. See you later. I'll come back. Bye.